YouTube faithful, what's going on? It is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. I personally am thankful for each and every one of you smashing that like button right here, right now. All you guys that continue to watch every single day, you guys keep me doing this because trust me when I tell you, this is the hardest grind I've ever taken on in my entire life. YouTube videos 5 or 6 days a week, live streams 5 days a week. It never ends. Even when it gets tough, if I want to take a day off, if I'm not interested in looking at sports, I don't have that luxury. I have to push through and do it anyways. I love what I do, and for those of you that appreciate what I do, guys, I am thankful for you, so happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to get a video out for NFL later today, if not early tomorrow, for the 3-game NFL turkey slate. It is my favorite football slate of the year, just like my favorite NBA slate of the year is Christmas Day, assuming they're still going to do that this year. The 5 games, those usually feed. But for today, we have 14 games, absolutely 14 games, which means news is going to be dropping, lines are going to be moving, people are going to be cashing, and people are going to be selling. Just as sure as water is wet, I promise you, so buckle up. I'm going to do my best to give you 4, maybe 5 of my favorite plays that you're going to want to look at. I encourage you to check out ParlayPlay, the 3-man that I gave out for ParlayPlay yesterday. You took a 0.2x pay cut, and it would have chalked on PrizePicks, but it cashed on ParlayPlay because the lines, okay? It was Davis points, rebounds, 39.5, cash. He got 40. Vucevic, 10.5 rebounds. He cashed either line. And then we had Victor Wembanyama, points, rebounds, that cashed. And it was, instead of 5x, it was 4.82x. Literally left $2.60 on the table. You got to check out ParlayPlay, guys. I'm going to start doing more content for here because people are demanding it in the Discord, and obviously they're the priority. So if you guys are interested in ParlayPlay, and I'm not just saying this because I'm partnered with them, I promise you I'm partnered with all of them. I could promote any of them at any given time. It doesn't matter. I will go where the value is. I don't just put my name on it because of a paycheck. I'm telling you right now, this is what is up. They just have better lines, and you only have to deal with a small pay cut. So use promo code CRUSH. The link's in the description. I give you every advantage you could ask for. Every advantage a man could have. 30 days of the Discord, 100% deposit match, and discounted lines, okay? And I covered in the cord, which you will get grandfathered in. You can't beat it with a stick. So I am going to cover prize picks today as well, don't worry, but I will also be making a ParlayPlay lineup too to show you guys what I am talking about. So without further ado, let's break this puppy down, and we have none other than the thumbnail himself, Scottie Barnes. And for the comment guy that posted yesterday, this guy's annoying. Thanks for leaving the comment, buddy. By the way, YouTube basically was all but a sweep yesterday, so annoy that runt. Know your role. First thing before I talk about Scottie though real quick is because it's a 19-game slate, you will see on DG Fantasy there is a lot of value to be had. Remember, the fantasy scores are always going to come up first because there's no real market consensus, all right? 54.5% is what we're looking for. So technically, you could take Ivy, Thompson, Mobley, Randall, and Murray, put it in a 5-man, and you're getting plus EV, which expected value means. Because PrizePicks has a fixed payout structure over the long run, you're going to have a slight advantage, and you will win. It's that simple. It's comparing the lines to everywhere else, and you're taking it on PrizePicks, and you are getting it in good. That's like having pocket aces versus pocket queens in poker. You're going to lose sometimes, but most of the time you're going to win. Not an exact direct correlation example there, but you should get the idea. Now, what I use the tool for is checking the market data in real time, because in a situation like this, there's only 3 lines here, and they're all fantasy scores, okay, 3 or 4, and you're not really getting plus EV unless you're getting 54.5% or higher. But using it to see where the lines are going to move up and down is just as critical, in my opinion. I don't care what anybody says. There's a lot of tools that do this. This is the most simplistic interface that I have found. I use it every day. It's a staple in the process. People asking me how to get it. Use code CRUSH. You get 25% off. I recommend you use this. Again, I'm not a shill. I'm telling you this because I use it. It's staple in my process, period. Anyone in the Discord, they know. Every live stream, it is what it is. Okay, now when you're doing the 54.5% or more, you want to do it in 5 legs or 6 legs because of the flex equity PrizePicks provides. It also has underdog, parlay, play, whatever, but the 2 main pick'em operators, PrizePicks and underdog, are the best places to do it. It also has NFL, NCAA, all these sports. So look, if you did this right here, it would be this simple for college basketball. Look at this value, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Jakob Mivosky, I don't follow college basketball in 2024. I do professional sports because if I start dabbling in college, it would be too much. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. There's other people doing college sports. God bless them. But you don't need to know anything. Just go down the list. 17.5 PRA. You can see it's 18.5 over here. It's 57%. It's in a lineup. Old man Elijah, same thing. You take this one, Ivy less. You could throw in esports, Xavier Worthy. You got a 5-man flex right there. You want 6-man, you throw in Amen Thompson, 6-legger right there, and that would be plus EV, and you are going to win long term. Doesn't mean the lineup's hitting. It just means you are getting your best value you can get, and you will be getting plus expected value. I highly recommend it, especially with the holidays coming up. A lot of you guys are going to have extra cash from gifts or whatever. Give it a shot, code CRUSH. But for now, we're talking about Scottie Barnes. Now, last night, I was able to get Scottie Barnes at what? What did we get him at, chat? 33.5 last night when I posted the 4-man nuke? Now it's 35. Do I still like it? Probably, but I took his points at 20.5 because you could see some books, DraftKings 21.5, others have him at 20.5. The data's kind of conflicted. You know that they don't have on here a fantasy score. You want to know why? Because they're scared. They're scared of Scottie Barnes' fantasy score. Maybe ParlayPlay has it up. Maybe they don't. They might even be scared. Yeah, they're scared too because you want to know why? The man gets blocks and steals. He gets rebounds. He gets assists. Point blank, he hits. And he's playing against the Pelicans, and the Pelicans are poverty. Let's go look a little deeper. Now, I personally have Scottie Barnes projected for 21.8 points over his 20.5 line. You see the market data, we're in no jeopardy of it being moved down. So for that reason, he's going in the list. He's the thumbnail because he's Scottie Barnes. If his fantasy score was up, oh my goodness, it would be literally the play of the day 100 million times over. But for now, look at the matchup. Small forward points allowed, they're ranked 12th, but overall they're 22nd. I don't care about the Pelicans. I promise you I don't care. A guy like Scottie Barnes is going to be up and down the court, okay? The biggest question with him, are we going to get minutes? If they gatekeep him, well then chalk it all to the very depths of hell and back. But if he plays 36 plus minutes, I promise you, you're going to have opportunity to green your lineup. It's that simple, and it's all about opportunity. You make your own luck, okay? 36 minutes, 34 minutes, 27 minutes, 35 minutes, 36 minutes, 36. We're looking for the 36 minutes. When he came back from his injury, before his injury, he was playing 35, 36, 36. Blowout happened. He only played 25. We don't care about last season. He came back. He played 27. It looks like they're easing him back into his old role. 27, 34, 36. Maybe he gets 38 tonight. 36 in a close game. We don't know. But look at the field goal attempts. He just shot 26 times, 14 times, 11, 19, 19. The man chucks, and he gets rebounds. He gets assists. He gets it all. Now, technically, it isn't a good matchup for rebounds and assists for his position with this Pelicans, but overall, it is, okay? Look, 22, 13, 25. I'm not going to worry about the micro matchup of small forwards. Scottie Barnes does it all. I like him at 34.5 PRA. Like I said, I got him at 33.5 last night. Actually, it might even have been a flat 33. I can't really remember, but I know I put it in, and when I saw it, I took it. Rebound chances. 17, 14, 7, 19. What does that tell you? The man has opportunity. 16, 15, 9, 19. I'm telling you, hot take or not, if they have his fantasy score up, that is what we are going for. Wait and see if they put his fantasy score up. That is what we want because he's going to get those blocks and steals. If not, you could just take his goblin points at 15.5 if you want to be on the more conservative side. I do like his 20.5. I'm not telling you to take his PRA at 35.5. I'm not telling you to do that. Not when you can get it at ParlayPlay at 34.5, I think. Yeah, they got it at 34.5 right here for 1.75x. I wouldn't touch it on PrizePicks, so that's something that you need to consider. If they happen to drop his fantasy score up, we are going for that, okay? Now, why did I spend so much time on that? Because it's important. Now, I'm just going to cover this play right here. Jamal Murray, 3.5 rebounds because it's been an absolute wagon. They do have Jokic as the discount. Jokic should literally feed in this matchup. Just like I told you guys yesterday about Wemby versus the Utah Jazz. What happened? Wemby went yarn. And he soared over. Points, rebounds, points. He crushed it. So, Joker, I took that discount. Joker should feed. They're in a bounce back spot. They just got embarrassed. And Jamal Murray, 3.5 rebounds, has been a freaking wagon. And looky, you could see here, right here, minus 130, minus 134, minus 125, minus 133. It's as good can get. And if you go look at his last 10, check this out. 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 6. His floor is pretty much 4. Now, this could be the night where he finally decides to freaking phone it in. Maybe, I don't know. But look, they're ranked 17th to rebounds allowed to point guards. I like it. I ain't afraid of the Utah Jazz. If he plays big minutes, he's going to have chances. Look at the potential rebound chances. 5, 7, 8, 11. Granted, they're trending down, but it's still not enough to get me off of this wagon. Pause? Nope, we're not pausing. We're talking about Jamal Murray's bounds. I also think if it does get into a close game, okay, if it does somehow stay close, you got to consider Jamal Murray's fantasy score. The only reason why I'm not taking it is because I think that there is blowout potential, number one, and number two, I also think that I don't want to have too many of these guys because Joker is the discount and I don't want to have to stack up on the Utah Jazz. Jamal Murray's RA could also be in play, but I did want to mention his rebounds because it's just been a wagon, folks. And I know the YouTube faithful, Discord loyals, you guys love a good wagon. Let's keep it a buck. So there you go. There's a wagon play for you. You can put that in your blender and drink it. And the last nugget that I want to talk about too would be Russell Westbrook's fantasy score at 27.5, because if it does blow out, he gets extended run in the blowouts like you saw the other day. 28 fantasy points for him. Let's see what it pulls up on the market data. I have no idea. I haven't seen him yet. It's a total gut call. Did I spell Russell wrong? My bad. Should I put Westbrook? That might work. Westbrook, of course, under everything. Look, over 27.5. It's pretty much a 50-50. It's a gut call. It's not something you want a lot of exposure to, but check this out. And then I'm going to talk about the next fantasy score that I have lined up for you gents. All right, the fantasy point per minute tool right here. We're going to type in Westbrook. Every time I type Westbrook, I want to type Westbrook because Westbrook, who's in the court. 16 games, 25. In 16 games, he's averaged 25 minutes, 1.18 fantasy point per minute, 24% usage rate. He's averaging 29 fantasy points per game and 1.18 fantasy point per minute. So let's say he plays 25 minutes. 1.18 is the magic number. That is his fantasy point per minute, the way PrizePicks calculates it. All right, now stick with me now, chat. 1.18, let's multiply it times 25. I already know the number. Bang! 29.5. So on average, he's going to go over. So if you do get that little blowout narrative, and if he does get his 25 minutes on average, he's going over 29.5. And you can see he has been a little wagon. 41, 38, 28, 49. He's trending up. If you want to continue to ride that train, Captain Crush will not begrudge you a bit. That's all I got to say about that game, because that game is probably going to be ugly, especially since Utah's on a back-to-back. Now, there's another man that we need to talk about fantasy score. Well, there's a couple of them. We got time. I'm going to cook for you guys. Darius Garland, okay? Darius Garland and Yo Donnie. Both of these guys, man, they're playing the Atlanta Hawks, and we won't have a better matchup. The only problem is this. The 9.5 point spread. It's cinema. It's a cinema matchup. 9.5 point spread. You hate to see it. You hate to know that it's coming to a theater near you. But we got to consider it. We have to consider it. You see why I want the Scottie Barnes, right? 3.5 point spread. You see why I want to deal with close games, right? But even here, the Utah Jazz are 9.5 point dogs too, but at least they're at home. But let's find Darius Garland. Over 17 games played. He's averaging 30 minutes. That's because of all the teams they blow out of the gym. 27% usage rate, averaging 35 fantasy points per game and 1.17. So we have the 1.17, y'all. Let's go back to our handy dandy calculator. 1.17, multiply it times 31. We'll give him 31 minutes. He gets 36. He barely covers, but he covers. So then let's go see if we can get the trifecta and type in and see what the market's telling us. Darius Garland, bang, 53.75, almost a full 54. That's all we need to know. We can put him in a lineup and we can get him in the mix. The problem is that this game could blow out. And I will tell you that again. Yo Donnie, Garland, Mobley, Jared Allen, all these guys could feast if the Hawks can somehow defeat that spread and keep it close. But Darius Garland's fantasy score, especially when he had two stinkers, look at this. 29, 24, 47, 44, 37. You got to consider him. I don't like taking Garland any more than you do. In fact, I took somebody else, but I will be going to Garland's fantasy score, and that's all I got to say about that. Now, I'm just going to keep it a buck, chat. There's another guy that plays in the NBA right now, and his name ain't LeVar. His name is LaMelo. LaMelo Ball has been doing MVP type things this season, the past couple games specifically, and my goodness, I couldn't find a worse matchup for LaMelo Ball tonight. I couldn't do it. But you give me a LaMelo Ball at home and a 3.5 point spread, and you know what, dude? I'm going to have some exposure to him. Matchup be darned. I don't care, because he's on an MVP run these last 4 games. He just respects coin. At the end of the day, you want guys, when you're taking mores and overs, you want guys that respect coin, and there isn't a better candidate that respects coin right now other than LaMelo Ball. Now, the matchup is tough, but we just saw what Damian Lillard did to Miami Heat last night, didn't we? Didn't we just see that? They just cooked them. Dame Lillard single-handedly cooked the Miami Heat, and Tyler Hero heartbroke me out of $3,000 last night because he sold. He played 39 minutes. I stand by it. Best matchup, and he sold. It doesn't matter. The lines have the matchup baked in. So, tough matchup for LaMelo, but even then, versus point guard points allowed, they're ranked 15th. Overall, they're ranked 8th. Miami does play it as a pace-down spot, but we just saw LaMelo Ball in a similar matchup versus the Orlando Magic, and he cooked them. Now, his head-to-head splits are not ideal. They played on 10-26. He only had 27 points. Last season, I don't care about. I say only 27 points. Well, that's because his line is absolutely insanely high. He also had 7 assists, 8 rebounds, 27 points. The rebounds assist allowed is a good matchup, which is why for Melo, I think his RA at 13.5 is absolutely crispy, and I will be taking it, and I will be going with it. I loved his points assist at 38.5, but I can't. Now it's at 40. It's too high, but his RA, where is it? At 13.5, I think you could go right there, and I actually think you could take anything of LaMelo Ball and feel good about it, because as long as he stays out of foul trouble, he's going to respect coin overall. Not every night, but overall, he's going to play hard. He's going to respect coin. And if you go to Parlay Play, you can get it at 13.5. It's probably still 13.5 on PrizePicks. I was hoping we could find it at 12.5. If you can get his RA at 12.5 somewhere, probably chalkboard, that would be optimal. But you can see here, PrizePicks has his points assist at 40, and Parlay Play has it over here at 38.5. Why in God's name, if you wanted his points assist, would you take it on PrizePicks? Why? You're getting 1.78. So if you take Scottie Barnes for less and LaMelo Ball for less than a 2-man, you're getting more than a PrizePicks 3x. You're getting 3.12x. Comment guy, talk me off of it. Give me a reason why you would go to PrizePicks and take LaMelo at 40.5 and Scottie at 35.5 or whatever it is, when you can get a full 1.5 less here and a full 1 point less here and get paid more here. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just because we like PrizePicks interface? I'm not interested. If you want to take it on PrizePicks, God bless you. This is where you would take it, and his RA is in play on both of the websites, okay? It's a great matchup for his RA on paper, and look at this, his points assist right here. It's crazy, dude. Let me show you guys this, how crazy this is. Like, I need you guys to understand this. This is why price shopping is so important. Look at this. You're getting 3x for 35 PRA and 40 points assist. Flash over here to Parlay Play. It's 38.5. It's 34.5. It's 3.12x. I mean, are you getting it now, guy? Are you getting it? I mean, that's all I got to say about that. I got nothing else. Nothing else. LaMelo, all that. Clear the board. I told you what to do. If you take it on PrizePicks, you know what? God bless you. Now let's keep this train moving. There's so many games, which is why the live stream is going to be so important tonight. More important probably than any other night. This Knicks and Dallas game should feed and could feed. We're going to want news there. I was able to get Towns at a good rate last night. I was able to get his PRA a full 2 points lower than what it is now. And if you go back to DG, you could see, like, right now, this is why it's so important. Dalton Connect, 14.5 PRA. He's 16.5 here, 15.5 here, 58%. That's crispy. Kevin Huerter, 12.5 points, rebounds, minus 150. Both of those are going to move by the time this is published. But you always want to be refreshing to see what else is coming up to try to get that value, okay? Now, I'm waiting to find out if Ja Morant is playing. If Ja Morant's out of the mix, you're going to have to look at Desmond Bane, and you're going to have to look at Jaren Jackson Jr. You're just going to have to do it, okay? Bane's points plus assists, where is it? 22.5, and on the other side, Jaren Jackson's Jaren Jackson Jr., not on the other side of the same team actually, his points assist at 22.5, okay? Both of these guys are in the mix 110%. Now you can see here with Jaren Jackson Jr. would probably be my favorite over Bane. I just tend to cash more with Jaren Jackson Jr., but they're pretty much equal. You can see versus centers, they're 23rd in points allowed, they're 14th in assists allowed. Historically, there's no data this season, but Jaren Jackson Jr. historically cooks them. I don't really care or put too much effort or value into that, but I would say that Jaren Jackson Jr. is absolutely in play in the mix. I'd probably side with him over Bane, but again, I know Morant is likely not suiting up, but you never know with these NBA things. Look at what happened yesterday, guys. And as I say that, they bumped Desmond Bane to 23, so he's out of the mix now. So probably just Jaren Jackson. Again, that's a gut call. Most of my action today is going to be on the fantasy scores, believe it or not. And I know in that crunch time window, there's going to be a lot of green value popping up, so you guys need to make sure. Another thing you could do if you think everyone's going to be on LaMelo Ball tonight, you could pivot to Brandon Miller and maybe find like a couple of points or something from him. I probably wouldn't take his fantasy score, probably just his points. Franz Wagner at 49.5 fantasy score. It's going to be juiced under because that's a freaking big line, okay? But he does get blocks and steals. He is in an elite matchup. You could take him for a bounce back spot after he sold everybody the other day. He cashed his fantasy score, but he didn't get his points. That's going to be up to you. Kobe White's fantasy score is insanely low. He is on a back-to-back, and I know they're doing it because of the matchup. I mean, look at Kobe White. Assists 3.5, points 16.5. His fantasy score 27. They are way overvaluing the matchup, and I think that that's an overcorrection. Kobe White at 16.5 points. I don't care what news is there. I don't care who's playing. I don't care what matchup it is. That's always got to be something you look at. I'm not saying he's a for sure slam dunk. I'm just saying 16.5 points is cinema. For a guy like Kobe White, you know he's going to shoot. I don't like the fact that he's on a back-to-back, but I would consider, I don't like that game, period, full disclosure. But someone's going to have to do something over there. And then as far as Tyler Hero goes, I'll probably just stay off him after the heartbreak he caused me yesterday, okay? And before I talk about the last player that I'm going to talk about today, let's go over here and do a recap. Levine, 17.5 points, cash. Edwards, 21.5 points. The favorite pair, cash. Pool DNP. Kobe White, fantasy cash. Chris Paul, fantasy cash. Paul, 9.5 points, cash. PA chalk. Giddey Moore, 5.5 assists, cash. 12 RA chalk. Pool DNP. Sexton cash and Van Vliet RA cash. Throw in Voose's rebounds, Wemby's points rebounds, Davis's points rebounds. All three of those cashed. It was a magnificent day yesterday. I told you guys what to do with the tacos. The taco method swept. It cashed everything except the hockey taco, which whatever. I wasn't big on that one anyways. But everybody had a good day yesterday in the cord. And if you watched the YouTube, you should have had a good day as well. I told everyone to take KD and LeBron's taco with Randall's goblin. So if he cashed one, he cashed both. He did, and you should have doubled up your coin. You can see here he took Voose's rebounds, Wemby, Davis, cash. Luckily, he faded Tyler Hero, which was the 4-man nuke that went 3 of 4. Kick says the taco method is on point. He's absolutely right. I told them to do both of this. Take LeBron's gobby with Kevin Durant and do that. You will double up. It's all about getting out of there with a double up. Another one, Randall with LeBron. I told everyone how to do this. Forget everything else. You're just trying to get out of Taco Tuesday with a dub. That is why I take the conservative plays like Ant Edwards, Goblin, Levine's Goblin. Look, everybody was on Levine's points yesterday and he chalked. It was a great play and everything, but you have to go the conservative route. He cashed 17.5. Leon cashed. A lot of people cashed. I told you guys what to do. It was this simple. Now, this is what Tyler Hero did to me yesterday, okay? He cost me this one. He cost me this one right here. This was a perfect lineup, and he cost me the points rebounds, and then he cost me right here with the 35.5 fantasy score. He needed 2 of anything. It cost me big league. It is what it is. I still had a decent day. I was high on Wemby, high on Davis, high on Edwards. Cash. You see why these guys are talking about the taco method, guys, because there's a method to the madness and cash it all. Here's the parlay play slip that I gave out. Boost, Davis, Wemby. Cash it, sweep it, 4.9x. A lot of people had dubs, guys. Lot of people had dubs. Jerry Mack, Disco, he said, if I read this, he gets Starbies. And he did. He's a man of his word. He got me Starbies. He followed the process. Levine's Gabi. Whatever else. I could be going on for days, guys. Me and Wanna are cooking another 4-man today. Yesterday's went 3 of 4. We're cooking another 4-man nuke today for the cord. It was this right here yesterday. Anthony Davis. He ended up with 40, but they gave us credit for 42 because they stat corrected him too late. So cash it. Cash Wemby, cash Vooch, and Tyler Hero was the heartbreak. We're doing another one today. I hope you guys are in there. Now, if you want to get in the live streams and get the projection sheets, the slips, the access to the community, all of it, you go to CaptainCrush.net. It's the gold package right down here. And I have a Black Friday sale for new members. It is promo code TURKEY. Just like a turkey, baby. You'll get your first month for 15 and change. Or 14 and change. 15 bucks. Promo code TURKEY. I better see you guys in there. You're going to want it. Holidays are coming up. You're going to be busy. You're going to want a Captain Crush that stays plugged in for you guys and breaks it all down. Projection sheets, slips, lineups, live streams, you name it, it's hitting. Now let's go back to Prize Picks. And again, this board, you could literally make a case to go anywhere. There's 14 freaking games, which is why that stream is going to be so surgical and critical. And some of these people that I want are not on the board yet. However, you see the hat, right? Jalen Williams, I took him at 22 points last night. He's now at 23. When they drop his fantasy score, I think that's where I'm going to go. Now, I contemplated and conflicted last YouTube when he was on there, and I told you guys, let me know in the comments if you're taking Jalen Williams. If you are going to take Jalen Williams tonight, let me know before you guys sit there and be like, Cap, it's a bad matchup, Cap, the matchup. Jalen Williams has been playing the 2 and he's been playing the 5, so it just depends on where he's going to line up tonight. They're third in points allowed to the center, but in his traditional role, it doesn't matter where he lines up. His usage rate is high and he cooks. Okay, he absolutely cooks. 32 minutes, 35, 33, 35. If he plays 35 minutes, he's in the mix. What I really want is his fantasy score. They have it on Underdog, so it seems. What's his fantasy score? 42.45 on Underdog. And look right here, 44, 59, 60, 45, 64, 50. The man has a high floor and a high ceiling, 39, 40. I mean, he cooks. I don't care. He cooks. He's exceeded 42-45 fantasy score in 5 of his last 6 games on the road. I don't care about the Warriors. I promise you I don't. He's probably going to be juiced under like he always is. Let's go over to Underdog and look. They never give Jalen Williams any respect, and he always cooks. See? What I tell you, under 42.5. Meanwhile, his blocks and steals is juiced on the over. It's just cinema. If you don't want to take his fantasy score, you could take his points assist at 27.5 or his points at 22.5 on Underdog. It just depends on where he's going to line up. I think it's a good spot. Tonight's going to be an interesting slate. A lot of these guys are going to be thinking the same thing we are. The holidays are coming up. They may be unplugged. Some of them may be plugged in, incentivized to do more. Some of them are already going to be checked out. That's just the nature of the beast. Guys, I hope you guys can put it all together. I know that Dallas game versus the Knicks is potential to feed. I would find Towns alternate lines and I would run it back with the likes of Kyrie Irving or something like that. Okay, that is something that you would want to do. Problem once again is PrizePicks is already on top of it and moved everything for him. Let's check ParlayPlay right quick. They got him at 39.5 PRA2, but they do have his assist at 2.5. I think his assist at 2.5 is decent as well. This would give you 5.26x. His assist was on PrizePicks late last night and they removed it. It's all a matter of finding the 1v1 you want there. Jalen Brunson at points would also be okay at 23.5. I'm sure that's already bumped. And of course it is. It had a 1.5 bump. Always be paying attention to the market. And again, get in that live stream, promo code TURKEY, and we will figure this all out. Again, I'm going to try to get projection sheets out for NFL and have an NFL video for you guys tomorrow. Look at this. Brunson and Kyrie Irving points combo, 52.5. There you go. You get exposure to both of those games, and you don't have to target each of them individually. That could be crispy. And for those of you that are in the Discord, please, I'm begging you to use this fantasy point per minute tool. It really helps you. This is not their projection, okay? This is their average. Their projection is going to be this number times their average minutes. If you can predict the minutes, you can come up with their fantasy score. Minutes equals money. You have to figure out how many minutes you think they're going to play on average tonight. That will help you crack these fantasy scores wide open. So I appreciate you tuning into the tube. Do not sleep on parlay play, y'all. Just don't do it. Promo codes are all in the description. DG Fantasy, Parlay Play, Sleeper, Chalkboard, you name it. Don't be tribalistic. Even Underdog, heck. So I appreciate you tuning in. I wish you a great Thanksgiving with your family. Hopefully we crush tonight. Here's the salute. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.